Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy to have you here, and for those that are new, welcome. This is Paperly Charm Creative, a channel that takes you along my artistic journey as I navigate learning how to manage a small business and my experiences along the way. I'm so happy to have you along for the journey, and I hope you enjoy today's video. As you can see, I'm currently putting down line art for a new fall sticker sheet that will be coming out in October. Fingers crossed. I wanted to use this time to take you along my journey for the last week or so while we get to know each other. I realized a while ago that although I provided a short introduction in one of my earlier videos, I wanted to be a bit more open about who I am, a little about my likes, life, and my dreams and struggles. I will try to be as much of an open book as I can, but at the end of the day, just know that I do value privacy in my life, as I'm sure we all do. So I may not dive super deep into my personal life, as this channel is just meant to be an outlet for my creative side only. So a little about myself. I am a Chicana native to Austin, Texas, which is also where my business is based out of. I'm an October baby in my 30s, and people call me V. I do have a full-time job, so I only work on my sticker shop either after business hours or on the weekends. I have a loving boyfriend, 3 pets, and 3 plants, but more about them later. As a child, I loved watching cartoons and anime. I am still a huge fan of Sailor Moon, and I remember as a child drawing a lot of Sailor Moon characters, and I think that's where my love for art started. If you're a fan of Sailor Moon, let me know by commenting with a crescent moon in the comments below and who your favorite Sailor Scout is. So, as we all grow, sometimes we tend to forget about these childhood passions, which is what happened to me. Now, as an adult, as I watch other artists on YouTube and the amazing art they create, it reignited my passion for art. I bought an iPad Pro, Apple Pencil, and the Procreate app a few years ago. But, as a well-established procrastinator, did not build any skills or touch the iPad for a year or so after the initial honeymoon period when I bought it. I picked it up again last year and dove deep into creating art, learning the Procreate application and all it had to offer, and eventually decided on starting a small business. And here is where we are. Before we get into that, let's talk cats and dogs. I have 2 dogs and 1 cat. As I talk about each of them, I will try and put up some cute pictures of them. My first baby is Luna the cat. I adopted her from a shelter in 2017. Actually, I think it was around the time Hurricane Harvey hit Texas, and I remember it was storming and raining as I was driving to the shelter. Probably not the safest decision I made. But she was the cutest little kitten ever, and I fell in love instantly. I've always thought of myself as more of a dog person, but with the position I held at the time, it did not allow me the time I needed to invest in a dog and train them since I was barely home. Once I was more settled and in a new position, I adopted my second baby, Venus the dog from the Austin shelter, on Valentine's Day. She was not a puppy, so she was a little older, and from the looks of it, had some training under her belt. It definitely felt like I had a human baby the first few months, getting used to getting up early to let her out for potty breaks and regular feeding. In the end, we both survived, and she is still the cutest little thing with giant ears that I absolutely adore. Last but not least, I took in my third baby, Libra the Husky. Now, most of you may know about the Husky breed, but if you don't, they tend to be escape artists, very smart for their breed, very demanding, and most of the time, very vocal. I had actually done a lot of research on the Husky breed prior to getting Venus and opted against getting this breed because of their tendencies. Now that I was a bit older and felt I could handle it, I decided to take her in. when the younger sister of a close friend reached out to me stating she didn't think she could handle her as she required a lot of time. Libra was a puppy, around 4 months when I got her. And yes, she did require a lot of time, a lot of training, and a lot of patience. She destroyed several doggy beds as a puppy, and it is, in my opinion, that it is now Libra's world, and we just live in it. Everything revolves around her, and that's just how she likes it. If you guys have pets, let me know. I always love seeing doggies and kitties from other people, so I'd love to know their names and what kind of dog or kitty you have. I recently got into having plants around the house as well. I don't have much of a green thumb, so it's been difficult navigating plant life. I actually did get a plant a while ago from a friend and it did not survive. I mourned for a few months and then got 3 more plants. A caladium, which I call Athena, who struggled to survive the first few weeks, but she made it. And thankfully, I learned a lot during those few weeks. The other 2 plants are much easier to care for. I have a small cacti, who I call Cleo, and I have a snake plant that I call Willow. I think it's the cutest to name plants, and so if you guys have a plant, do you prefer to name your plants or do you not name them? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you've been enjoying the content so far. If you are, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and let me know if there are any questions you have or any topics you think I should discuss in the future. Now let's talk art and Procreate. Procreate definitely took some time getting used to. There are just so many aspects to it. There's curves, hues, saturation, brushes, erasers, smudge tools. You can bring in different files to create different paper textures or glass textures, and so much more. I guess this is why it took me a while to get started. Learning a new process, and sometimes one with so many features, can deter someone from taking the next step. I was fortunate enough to have a very supportive boyfriend who pushed me to meet my goals. I will say I'm not 100% comfortable with my art style and drawing just yet because I'm still learning. Sometimes I get super frustrated or down on how some of my art pieces come out. It does take me forever to draw things as simple as mugs and candles, and trust me, they looked way worse than what they do now. So I am a huge believer that practicing every day is helpful in building those skills and confidence in your artwork and yourself. Although I'm still learning, I wanted to take the plunge and just launch the shop. I figured while I was learning, why not build a following and a community? Essentially, we are playing the slow game here, finding my people, the ones who are into the journey I'm going through and who are possibly trying to do something similar. I'm hoping to continue to build this small community and hopefully one day become just as successful as many other small business owners here on YouTube. So who are your favorite artists on YouTube? I'd love to check them out. I'm always on the lookout to subscribe to new YouTube channels, and I'm hoping some of you might know of some artists that I have yet to check out. So drop their handle down below in the comment section. So I'm always looking for inspiration, and a lot of the time I find that in other artists, their vlogs, and their art. Just something about hearing their story and seeing their life and the struggles that they face keeps me motivated to keep reaching for my goals. In this way, I'm also hoping this channel helps motivate and inspire others to get started on attaining their goals. We are nearing the end of my Saturday. As you can see, I got a lot of the main line art completed for this sticker sheet. It honestly takes me days to complete just one because of the limited time I have. I'm hoping in the next few days I also get my new goodies that I ordered today. Stay tuned for that unboxing. So I ended up getting these 2 tripods. I saw them being discussed in a few YouTube videos, and one of them is the Mini Manfrotto, I believe, and it's just a very small tripod. It's like, I guess, a pixie, and it's meant for vlogging, so you can attach your phone to it and it's very easy to handle. It's small, it's compact. You can have it in your purse or your backpack. The button you see me pushing here is quite tough to push, especially if you have small hands, but it's nice and sturdy. It does not come with a mount to put your phone on it, so that is something you would have to get on the side as something extra if you didn't buy another tripod like I did. This next tripod is really nice because it is also a little bit compact, but it is a little bit bigger than the previous one. The thing I like about this one is that it extends into a longer tripod, so if you wanted to film somewhere else or not as much of a close-up when you're doing artwork, you can definitely extend it to your liking. It also comes with a mount, which I will also use with the Pixie, and it also comes with a GoPro mount, which I probably will put in storage because that's not something I have or will use. But I thought it was really nice. The material seems very sturdy. I've heard really positive reviews about it, and it also has an attachment to add, I don't know, like a microphone or any kind of attachments that you might want to add in addition to your camera. The only thing with this, I will say at first I thought, it was used, but I think it was just some powder from the creation of the metal and plastic. I'm hoping that's the case, but I haven't had any issues with it. It seems very sturdy, and I'm excited to keep using it. Welcome to my Tuesday. So today we're pretty much just going to finish up the line art. I'm going to be adding the final touches and details to all of the stickers. This is probably something I struggle with a lot just because it's very hard to determine kind of where I should put all of the details. And currently I've been loving adding these little stars to everything. So that's what I'm doing here for this sticker sheet. It's very difficult for me to gauge how much is enough, like I really like adding a lot of detail, but then sometimes it's like don't add too much because then it just overwhelms the product, right? So I'm not sure. What do you think? Like, do you prefer sticker sheets that have a lot of detail, or do you prefer more simple ones? How much is too much? I'd like to know because I still struggle in this department. So currently I'm watching Only Murders in the Building, and I've really been loving this show. I think it's hilarious. I'm really liking all the shows that are kind of mystery, murder, comedy themed, and I'd like to know if you have any favorites so that I can add them to my list. Let me know in the comments below. So today was a really long day at work. So basically what I'm doing after I got off is just admin work in Notion. So I'm starting to get the hang of Notion, and pretty much what I was doing here is just organizing all of my notes that I had in separate notebooks into a dashboard that I actually bought a template from Fructus Illustrations. She also has a YouTube channel. If you follow her, I absolutely love her content. She has coloring books and she has Notion templates for creators and small businesses. And it was just so helpful because everything was already created and laid out and easy to follow. Whereas before, it was really difficult to get the hang of Notion and then create my own templates, and I just kind of stayed away from it. Now that I have this template, it's made life so much easier. So I'm pretty much just combining everything I have in all these other spaces and putting it into this one dashboard, which is the template from Fructus Illustrations. And so it was only $10. So if you guys want to go check it out, go to her website. Super cheap, and in my opinion, worth it. So definitely 5 stars. I think I probably did this for about an hour after I got off work, because after this I pretty much went into my bed and took a nap for the rest of the day. So yeah, pretty short admin day. So my Thursday evening was pretty much filled with coloring the sticker sheet and figuring out the colors. I will say the coloring part I really do enjoy because it's so therapeutic, but like all Libras, I struggle deciding on the colors. There's just so many options, and it's really hard to determine how it will look once you actually print it in the printer. And so I think that's why I struggle the most. But as you can see, I'm kind of putting in basic colors right now, and that's pretty much what this whole evening is going to be about, since I'm just kind of enjoying my time off and kind of watching a little bit of Netflix. I think the show is the new Nicole Kidman show, Perfect Couple, I think is what it's called, and it was recommended by one of my coworkers. So I started watching it but got super distracted by all the coloring. So I'm pretty much gonna have to go back and rewatch the first episode again. But from what I did see, it was a really good show. So I do still recommend it, and it sounds like it had really good reviews from my coworker. So I do agree that is something that you should watch. And plus, it's also kind of like a mystery murder type show, which currently are the type of shows that I'm just obsessed with. So watch it. I think it's on Netflix. Let me know what you think. So we're nearing the end of the studio life for Paperly Charm Creative. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found what I said either motivational, interesting, funny, or inspirational, and you come back to check us out again. I'm going to try to be a lot better about posting videos timely, and I'm hoping the new Notion schedule I have will help with that. So be on the lookout for those. Don't, you know, be upset if I fail you, because I do tend to be kind of a procrastinator sometimes, but I'm working on that, and I'm trying to kind of be better about setting goals that are attainable and that I can actually achieve. So right now my goal with YouTube is 2 videos a month. I think that is something that I can do, but it does require a lot of planning. So that is a big thing when you're a small business owner. You have a full-time job and can only work, during your lunchtime or after hours or during the weekend only. And then on top of that, I have pets and just the time that those take, playtime, taking them out on hikes, stuff like that. And then of course I have my boyfriend, my family, my friends that also require, time, and that is something I have to be better about, planning out my days and planning out what is going to be best for not only my personal life but my business life. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you do decide to click subscribe and that you like the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Let me know if you guys have any questions or just have any comments about what was discussed in the video. Bye everyone. See you in the next one.